Hey everybody, we're back. So how is everyone?
Worried about the fires?
Oh, yes. So, did anyone watch the DNC at all? I watched some of it. I watched Clinton's speech. Of course you did. And I watched Biden's. God, I hope he wins. Then I can go back to... This election is not about going back to anything. It's about moving forward. I was going to say going back to not having daily panic attacks, but okay.
Well, in lighter news, did anyone here watch my latest video? The PBS one?
Oh yeah, it was so cute.
Very sweet. Mr. Rogers himself would be proud. Yeah, good job at including shows from before your time.
Well, you know me. I'll watch anything for shipping.
Why the puzzle place isn't on DVD, I have no idea. It's good!
You know what's funny? 2 days after I posted that video, the season premiere of Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood came out, and it hinted Daniel really might like Katarina.
Right, they're trying to help kids deal with the pandemic, and that's what you focus on.
Well, what else do you expect from me?
What was the hint anyway?
Well, Daniel drew pictures for all his friends, and his one for Katarina was a drawing of her with a heart next to it. Now come on, what else could that mean?
Gina, he's 4.
So was I when I started chasing boys around.
Yeah, but it's PBS. They're not gonna hook up preschoolers.
Well, I'm still gonna ship it. After all, in the world of imagination, anything is possible.
You must admit, Amanda, it is a cute idea. Well, I just want to know, if you're shipping Daniel and Katarina and Jody and O, why not Prince Wednesday and Miss Elena?
Well, it's just that Prince Wednesday kinda strikes me as gay.
Headcanon accepted.
And since when has sexuality ever stopped you from shipping? You'll ship Charles Nelson Riley with Brett Summers, but you won't ship a fictional headcanon gay character?
I know it doesn't make sense, but look, he and Miss Elena just don't click with me.
Because she's black?
No! I just can't picture them as romantically involved. And if there's ever a flash forward that shows them together, then I'll admit I'm wrong. But you know, some things click and some things don't.
I think Prince Wednesday being gay would be a great idea. Unfortunately, if they did go through with it, PBS would have their funding pulled like that.
Yeah, that's probably why we still don't have a canonically gay Muppet.
But Sesame Street is on HBO now, so maybe they could get away with it. But it should be a new character, not Bert and Ernie, because by now that's too obvious. Yeah, make a new character. Have him come to Sesame Street and have him think Bert and Ernie are gay at first, but then they explain they're not, but welcome him with open arms.
I agree that it's time for Sesame Street to get a gay character, but I think it should be an adult human in a relationship. Maybe a married couple with a kid of their own.
I guess that works too.
I'm with Gina. I think a Muppet is the best way to go. You sure about that? Wouldn't you rather see a grown autistic woman than a little Muppet girl representing you? Well, as long as they're partnered with Autism Speaks, it doesn't matter.
Still?
Unfortunately, yes. Why must Sesame Workshop do this? They're on the right side of history about everything else. Why is this such a blind spot? And it's not just them. So many liberal celebrities who support diversity in every other circumstance have been lured in by Autism Speaks. It's disgusting.
I'm sure Sesame Workshop will come around someday.
Let's hope so. Their CNN town halls have been really good.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, they pulled no punches with the racism one. I was glad to see Maria and Gordon again, and they revealed Gordon took part in the civil rights movement. Well, what do you think Gordon from Sesame Street was doing during the 60s? Plucking a banjo on the porch? No. I just didn't expect them to connect a character to real history, I guess. But that is so cool. Hey Gina, something else I really liked about your video was the appearance of the 1990s Peep Pals at the end.
Oh yeah, I thought it needed a big ending, so I wanted to put a logo on the end. I decided on a PBS Kids logo, but I didn't want to use the newer ones because I didn't want people to think I was shipping Dot and Dash. They're brother and sister, you know.
Well, I think it worked well. I miss the Peep Pals.
What was PBS like when you were a kid?
Well, they didn't have an identity specifically for PBS Kids shows until the Peep Pals in 1993. The Peep Pals would have little animated interstitials between programs called PTV Park.
Cool!
On the not-for-kids side of things, KQED used to show Britcoms like Are You Being Served and Keeping Up Appearances, and KTAH, now known as KQEH, used to show Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, and even anime.
Cooler!
But it's all gone now. Hey, did you know that they never said thank you at the end of the funding credits until 1999?
Really?
Yeah, there was a mandate about it that year. But up until then, it was just blah blah blah, viewers like you.
No one said thank you? Not even Mr. Rogers?
Nope. Yeah, in hindsight, that is kinda weird. But anyway, yeah, apart from the programming and logos, not much is really different on PBS from when I was a kid.
What would you like to see in the future on PBS?
Well, I'd like to see more autistic characters, not in conjunction with Autism Speaks.
Have you ever seen Hero Elementary?
No.
Well, you should. One of the main characters is autistic. AJ Gadgets.
Oh, I guess I will have to check it out sometime. But yeah, I guess there's not much I'd change about PBS itself, but there is a lot I'd like to see done on Sesame Street. First and foremost, stop your partnership with Autism Speaks and free Julia to be positive representation again. Next, enough freaking Abby Cadabby. She is such an artifact of the Bush years when female representation was going retrograde. Why is she still there? Because the target audience loves her and there's no wrong way to be a girl? I know there's no wrong way to be a girl. Problem is, they're only showing one way to be a girl. They used to have a tomboy character in Zoe, but then they shoved her into a little pink tutu, also during the time Bush was president, and she's stayed that way since. No, next on the agenda, turn Zoe back into the naked tomboy with a sense of humor she once was, and make her the main female character. Elma belongs with her, not Abby.
Amen!
Fourth of all, bring back some of the old segments, namely Pinball Number Count. Love Pinball Number Count. I don't know if that sort of nostalgic pandering is what they need. Hey, it's so kids today can see it. You know they can see it on YouTube, right? Yeah. Speaking of nostalgic pandering, it was good to see a lot of the old characters in the 50th anniversary special, but they left out the ones specific to my generation. No Wolfgang the Seal, no Monty, no Benny Rabbit. So for the 60th anniversary, let's give 90s kids a chance, huh?
And don't forget adding a Gay Muppet.
Oh yeah, Gay Muppet. Gotta have a Gay Muppet.
I'd like to see Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood do a wedding episode.
Oh, brother.
No, I think it's high time they did one. It's not inappropriate or anything. Mr. Rogers had wedding episodes. Sesame Street had one. Peg Plus Cat had one. Why not Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood? They could have two of the adult human characters get married, and then Daniel could wonder about who he would marry. And at the end, Katerina catches the bouquet.
Well, right now I think that would be pretty low priority for subject matter. How about one of the kids being diagnosed as autistic? I mean, they all come off as autistic in one way or another to me, but they'll probably choose just one. I hope it's Miss Elena. It would be nice to see an autistic girl with a sense of humor. But it's probably going to be Oh the Owl because he's a nerd.
Wouldn't it be something if it was Daniel himself?
Oh yeah, why not have the main character be autistic? That's a terrific idea. Funding for this program has been provided by absolutely nobody. We're doing this on our own for no money, with no money, all for the sake of entertainment. But our self-esteem comes from likes by viewers like you. Thank you.